And this, I promise you, is the slickest application you will ever feel of a coating.
This is how you unlock maximum gloss and protection on your ride.
Hi, I'm Ivan.
I'm Nick.
This is DIY Detail. Today, we're going to be doing the 5-3 stack for the maximum gloss on this beautiful BMW. We've washed, we've polished, we've decontaminated, we've apped, we've done everything we needed.
What is app?
Adhesion promoter polish, getting it ready for this step.
So you may actually not know what all those steps are. If that's the case, don't worry. Don't freak out. Don't get stressed. There's a step-by-step process. As Ivan mentioned, it's in the description below. Let's say you've done it all. You know ceramic coatings. You've heard of the stack. You're intrigued. Thank you for watching.
Right.
Ivan, why should they use the stack?
They should use the stack because they want the best they can get. And the 5-3 stack is our ultimate in gloss. This vehicle is a beautiful lipstick red. We want it even glossier than it is.
It turned heads before we got it in here because it's been layered with about 100 different layers of wax.
Yeah.
We actually used our wool pad gold standard polish to remove that after a nice wash and decon. We water spot removered, we iron removered, we rinsed in between, we dried, we then polished, we then wiped off, we then used adhesion promoter polish. I told them I wasn't gonna give them all the info, but there were many steps by that. Should they be intimidated by the prep to get here, Ivan?
No, it sounds really long, but it took us less than an hour and a half to do all of that.
It's very easy, but it is nice to know the step-by-step process because we want the stack to work the way it's designed. We want the longevity here, and that's why prep is so important before coatings.
Right, and now that we're ready to coat, why don't we coat and talk at the same time, Nick?
Let's do it, Ivan. 5 years in your hand. What is a 5-year ceramic coating?
Our 5-year ceramic coating is the glossiest of the three. We have our 3-year, which is, let's say, the king of water spot resistance. Not gonna prevent water spots, it's gonna help resist them. Our 5 years, the glossy, and in our 8 years, you have a daily driver. It accidentally goes through a car wash once in a while, gets parked outside, it never sees any love. That's the one the 8 years for because it's our most robust coating. But if you want just a little more out of your coatings, the 5, then you wait 1 to 8 hours. Then we put our 3-year coating into, not on top of, we're not layering coatings, we're stacking. So we're actually combining them together on the surface, and that gives us an amazing finish, more longevity, and the water behavior, the look is exceptional.
Okay, so you have the 5-year in your hand.
Yep.
Now what do I do?
I put 8 to 10 drops on my applicator pad, and then I'm going to simply apply it to the surface. I'm going in a circular motion. I'm starting in the middle of the panel, which is not what we normally do. But we do this just for the first panel, because what we want to do is make sure that our applicator is well primed, and we don't want an excess of coating going down these cracks and crevices. Now that that's done, we're going to observe it. We're going to look, and Nick will come by and level it.
The question I have for you, Ivan, is when you hear that squeakiness under your applicator, what are you supposed to think? Because all we do is talk about don't scratch your vehicle, do the safe wash practice to prevent scratching. And then I hear a squeak and I'm like, are you messing up the paint surface that we've spent so much effort and love to get squeaky clean?
No, the squeaky clean is actually part of that, Nick. But the foam, until I get it fully primed, it will make that slight squeaking noise, and it's nothing to be stressed about.
So, with my level 1 coating towel, what am I doing? I'm leveling the excess. I'm waiting till 50% of this ceramic coating, oil slick on water, rainbow goes away, and I'm using my towel to simply level what is left. That might be the end for you. I'm not a halfway guy. I'm a get it all the way there guy. This is my insurance towel. It's our Freebird 400. It's very plush, and I'm coloring outside the lines. So we have instant bond technology, Ivan. If I leveled too soon, I don't have to worry about that. I do want to make sure, regardless of how long I let the coating sit on the paint, that I'm not leaving any excess of coating. That's called a high spot. It doesn't look very good. It means your paint's protected, but we want everything to look phenomenal. We don't want a little splotch of what looks like, I don't know, what does a high spot look like, Ivan?
A high spot looks like that oil slick on water look that we've got here.
Right, it's oil slick on water, but a small area, so it just looks odd.
Yeah, it just looks odd. And it's not attractive. Now, does it mean it's better? Yeah, you might have a little more coating there, but that's not what we want. Now with the leveling towel, Nick is leveling. When we say leveling, he's not actually removing coating. He's just spreading it thinner, making sure that it's even everywhere.
I'm spreading it, but it's not peanut butter. You can think of like spreading peanut butter.
Yeah.
But it's not so thick it's like peanut butter. If it ever feels like that, you're probably leveling too soon. Well, you're not going to get any sort of like resistance, though. It's a very easy coating to use, Ivan.
Yeah.
Why did we work so hard to get the instant bond technology so folks could level right away if they really need to?
For the mobile detailer that's out in very high temperatures and humidity, that really makes a difference for them. And also, for the home enthusiast that's never applied a coating before, they're a little nervous about it. I want to level it right away. I want to level it right away. You can.
Boom, just like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't normally do that. Why? Because my towel could get kind of wet, and then I'm going to be moving a lot of coating around on the surface.
Yeah.
Not my ideal situation. I could always go to a fresh level 1 towel if I needed to, right?
Right.
So nothing's happening that's like, call the detail emergency crew, bring them in here. I can't do it on my own. It's just get a fresh towel and you're good, right?
Yeah.
And I just prefer to keep my towels nice and dry, so I wouldn't have normally leveled that quick. But we wouldn't just play Russian roulette with a vehicle of this vintage.
No.
That was a perfectly safe move, and we didn't damage anything, did we?
Yeah, not at all. Oh, get the mirror while I'm here. That way it's out of the way. So we're doing all the upper surfaces first. That way we can roll around afterwards and do the lower surfaces.
We are in a kind of high spot, hot spot sort of territory, Ivan.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Anywhere you have intersections, change of planes, change of angles, panels coming together, that's a possibility of a high spot. The mirror is one of the biggest ones.
In all seriousness, this paint looked great with its 8,000 layers of wax when it came into our shop. Why would you ceramic coat it?
Because now it'll have chemical protection, and when the owner wants to put more wax on, they'll be able to do so. It'll actually be easier, and at the same time, their wax will give them a better look because now it has a solid foundation to work off of.
Tell the people why a ceramic coating can take wax. You'd think they two wouldn't be compatible.
Well, you can't take any wax. You need a wax that has 0 abrasives and that's actually designed for going on a ceramic coating, like our show-winning wax.
I was going to say, let me guess. We've got the product for that.
We do, and others do as well. But
how do I know if it's non-abrasive, I guess is the good question. You may have the wax in your garage and you want to know if it's compatible.
Ask the manufacturer. Go on their Facebook page, find their YouTube, whatever, and reach out to them. Going around this third brake light here, which was an add-on back in 1990, because it wasn't required in every country back then. So they only put it where they needed it. It wasn't as integrated into the design of the cars today. So now we have all the upper surfaces done, except for the windshield header. Once I'm back to my starting point. Then we'll get on our little carts, roll our way around. This is a small car. The 3 Series BMW has definitely grown over the years in size, in weight, also in power too.
There was one time I didn't even level at all on the side mirror, and I'll never make that mistake again.
No. And speaking of little mistakes, put that wiper down, Nick.
Well, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes I level about 6 times. Doesn't mean that's the right way to do it, so it's time to put that down. Why do you want the windshield wiper down and not up like a renegade, like an outlaw?
If it's up like that, you have the risk, unfortunately, of it coming down. And if it comes down too hard on the windshield, you can actually crack the windshield.
So basically, get the job done you need, and then put it back down.
Right.
In one pass. I like that. So I'll just kind of do this, make sure I've leveled everything on the cowl, which is that spot between the hood and the windshield. Didn't know what that term was until Ivan told me, so learning something new every day. I've known it for a while, but there was a time when I didn't, so I figure at home maybe you don't know that as well.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll start on the front fender, and we're both right-handed, so we're going to go in this direction around the vehicle. If you're left-handed, go in the other direction. If one of you is left-handed, the other one's right-handed, well, draw straws. No, actually, the person wiping off should be the one that has the most say in how you're doing this. So the fender, making sure to get the lip here, and also the molding that's on the fender. Now, this has pinstripes on it. We were very careful when we were polishing to get all that little wax residue off these pinstripes, because there's a bit of a blight on this car. So now that Nick is almost done leveling that fender, I'll start applying to the door. I'm overlapping onto the fender with my applicator. That's by design. I want to make sure we have no missed spots, and that is one of the easy ways of doing it. Time to add a couple drops. When you feel your applicator getting a little sticky, just add a drop or two.
What can I coat? What can I not coat, Ivan? These are expensive vehicles. Maybe they're collector's items, depending on what vintage. You know, this could be a brand new car too, obviously. Same principles would apply. But what is on limits? What is off limits?
Everything but the tires is basically what we're coating. So you could do the glass, you could do the plastic trim like I'm doing now. The same coating, we could do the wheels too. You don't need a part-specific coating other than glass. Because when we're coating this, your clear coat is plastic. Your moldings are plastic. Your wheels have clear coat on them. That's the same clear coat that's on the car. You don't need a wheel-specific coating.
So I'm noticing how easy it is for me to level this coating.
Yeah.
Is that because we use adhesion promoter polish versus panel prep? I just feel like ever since I got introduced to adhesion promoter polish, these coatings seem to like level themselves almost. I know that's over exaggerating, but it's not a big deal, right? I'm kind of taking my time. We're on camera here, but basically I'm just doing my insurance towel here.
Yeah.
The Freebird 400. I'm coloring way outside the lines, making sure I got it. But yeah, it's just, what is it about adhesion promoter polish that works to get these coatings to level so easily?
Since it opens up the pores so much that the coating goes into, you have less coating to level off the surface. And I don't know if we can pick it up on camera, but from here, there's a definite color and gloss difference between this panel and that panel. This is a darker red than this. We can actually see it on camera too. So let's continue on. Now this is way too much coating.
How many drops do you suggest folks do when they reapply to a new panel?
That was 2 drops, and maybe my drop was a little big here. So let me spread this out quickly.
Why spread it out quickly? Why not just let it ride?
Well, I don't want to waste coating.
But I mean, you could have just started applying it there. You worked a big section and spread it out. Like, talk about that technique.
Right, because I saw that I had way too much on the surface. Too much is not good. Too much can lead to phantom high spots. Phantom high spots are, you've leveled the coating, everything looks spectacular. You come back a half hour to an hour later, and there's high spots. And you know you've leveled properly. You know you did a good job, but those high spots are there. The reason they're there is because you trapped excess solvent under a layer of semi-cured coating, and it eventually made its way through. So the whole fender, we'll save the bumper for next. Now you notice on the channel, ever since we came out with adhesion promoter polish, we rarely use panel prep. That doesn't make panel prep bad. That doesn't mean it's the ugly stepchild now. What it does mean though is if given a choice, we always will use app because it does a better job.
Ivan, you've often said you like the long fibers of the insurance towel around emblems.
Yes.
Like you don't even need to get too fancy with your finger. You just kind of run it up and down.
Yep.
And then you kind of run it left to right. And what's happening there?
Well, the fibers are actually doing the work for you. They're getting in there.
Yeah.
One thing that's very important when you're doing this is be mindful of your posture. See how my wrist is very bent, and if I'm trying to do this, my shoulder gets jacked up. You can move your hand around inside the applicator, and now it's a much more natural position for me.
And I'm spending a little extra time here around the trunk, around the emblems. I've left high spots around license plates before. I've left high spots around emblems. I've left high spots around badges. So it's knowing myself and having made all the mistakes, maybe not all of them, but enough of them, it's just good to be a little extra vigilant against high spots where you know it's a high spot hot spot.
Yeah.
Even if it's not an Ivan high spot hot spot, maybe it's a Nick high spot hot spot or a Daryl high spot hot spot. Where is it okay to leave a high spot, Ivan?
Nowhere.
Oh, nowhere. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised by that answer. I didn't think you were going to say that. No, I knew you'd say that. We do it right.
Making sure to get inside the door handle as well. Very important part. When the owner first puts his hand or her hand there, they will go, ooh, so smooth. And it'll continue to be that way for a long time. Now you notice my applicator is back to squeaking. The reason it's back to squeaking is I broke one. You can still use it this way, just rip the other side off and keep going, but we have the luxury of having a spare, so not a big deal.
These applicators come with every ceramic coating kit. These applicators are reusable, Ivan.
Yes.
Talk about how we reuse them, even though you had to go to a fresh one, which I know is your last resort. You like to use these about 18,000 times until they die.
This one had been previously used on another vehicle for sure. But basically, when you're done applying the ceramic coating, you've gone around, you've made sure you have no high spots, then put it in your wash bucket. Let it sit in your wash bucket for 15, 20 minutes, wring it out, launder it with your towels, and it'll be good to go the next time you need to apply a coating, or a wax, or a sealant, or any of the above. Now, speaking of applying a wax or a sealant, with our new coatings, you can get wet in an hour. That hasn't changed. But you can wash it with a rinseless wash or Incredible Suds after 3 days. But if you're wanting to put a wax, a topper, or a sealant on it, please wait a week. Now, we're not telling you to wash it after 3 days. We're telling you you can if you have to. The longer you can leave it, the better it's going to be.
Ivan, you're talking about a 3-day wash, and I'm thinking, what is actually happening between the moment you apply and that 3 days? Like, the curing is another conversation because we're also applying the stack. So maybe start with what's happening no matter what you do, and then bring the stack into the equation.
Right. So no matter what you're doing, 1 hour before it gets wet. If it's a beautiful sunny day with no risk of rain, as soon as we're done applying, this car could drive away. But keep it for an hour. It's always safer. Then, after 3 days, we can wash it with rinseless wash gently. But it can be done if you absolutely need to.
Well, let's talk about that. Like, you get a bunch of bug guts on there, and you're like, Ivan said don't wash it for 7 days, right? This is the permission to, better than leaving it for 7 days.
Yes.
It's good to get them off the surface, right?
Yep. Pollen, bug guts, bird droppings, get those off as soon as you can. But the stack, how come we can put the stack on after only 1 hour, but we can't put a sealant or a wax? The 3-year coating, like I said, in that 1 to 8 hour window is a little different. We're actually combining the two coatings because it's formed a very, very thin skin at this point. It's not a thick skin, it's not fully cured. It's just a very thin skin that if it gets wet, it's not gonna be a big deal. If it gets a bit of dust on it, no big deal. But then, when we apply the stack on it, it becomes a magical event.
You don't talk in those terms.
No, but it is. It's such an incredible feeling, more for Nick than myself, but even the application is spectacular. But the wipe off is out of this world. It is just.
And I have the 8.3 stack at home on my Jeep. It's a winner.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. It still feels like velvet. It's been about 6 months now.
Yeah. So we'll get these double kidneys here, and then we're done with the 5 coating. Then we'll be moving on to the 3-year coating. Now, it's gonna take us an hour. We're actually gonna go out for lunch. But when we come back, we'll be doing that. For you, we'll be gone maybe, what, a quarter second?
I think right about.
We're back. It's been at least an hour and not 8 hours. We won't tell you exactly how long we took for lunch.
Ooh, what a mystery. Why would you not tell them, Ivan?
Well, because it's between 1 and 8 hours. That is what we need to know.
1 and 8 hours between the first drop you applied or the last drop? Like, how do I calculate the one?
If I started applying at noon, then I can start applying again at 1 o'clock.
So you could almost, if you're slow like me, just go around once and you're ready to rock and roll again.
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
So
if you're fast like Ivan, there's no way it's going to take you an hour.
Yeah. 8 to 10 drops on my applicator. And this, I promise you, is the slickest application you will ever feel of a coating. It's like the applicator doesn't even feel like it's touching the surface. It just glides by itself.
It's surfing. It's gliding.
Yeah.
Glide it along, Ivan.
Literally just that. It glides. It's just a magical feeling. And when you start wiping this off, Nick, it's even more magical.
Of course, this paint wasn't in perfect condition. There are some rock chips, and there's a PDR dent there, I see.
Yeah.
That's not what we're focusing on. Oh, that is slick.
Yeah.
We're not focusing on all. Oh, my goodness. I'm speechless. This is that slick, Ivan.
Yeah.
Holy wow, that is. I imagine this is going to take us about 5 minutes to do the 3-year.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Because it just feels like it's going on so easily, and it's like doing the work for me. Oh, goodness. Okay, I mean, I've done the stack before. I guess I forgot how amazing this feels.
Every time I do it, it's a new amazement. It is an amazing feeling to apply the stack.
Would you say the stack is a little bit more work and therefore maybe more of a professional grade kind of thing to do?
No, not at all. It's not more work, it's a little more labor. So in other words, it'll take a few minutes longer because you're having to apply a second coating, but it's not more work. So the cowl, Nick, and the wiper arm.
All right. So slick. What do we know about this car? Does it get driven a lot?
Judging by the mileage on it, no.
So this is not a 5-year or a 3-year. This is a lifetime coating, it sounds like.
Pretty much for this car, it will be a lifetime coating.
Because what can wear down a coating over time, Ivan?
Abrasion. That's it.
Like abrasion from a microfiber towel?
A little more than that. So abrasion from polishing. So the windshield header and A-pillar and mirror, Nick.
Okay. Are these the same towels we use to level the 5-year, Ivan?
No. Now, if you were able to keep track of what faces you had used, yes, you could probably reuse the towels.
I was just trying to give people a sense of at home, okay, what do I need to do this job? Is it extra applicators, extra towels? Same applicator then?
No, different applicator,
I'm trying to trick him.
But we include one with every coating anyways.
And if they get the stack kit, are they going to get the 2 applicators, Evan?
Yes.
So we've thought it all out for them.
Right.
Oh, that's so slick.
And our towels come in a 5-pack. So. Next, the trunk. Oh, so smooth. I box in the top section here, go around the third brake light, and then fill in.
So what's happening here, chemistry-wise?
Chemistry-wise, the 3-year coating is reliquefying to a certain extent the 5-year coating, not enough to remove it, and then they're combining on the surface. And that combination is what brings us that wow slickness and gloss. Putting it on the chrome as well. So nick the top of the fender, the little chrome strip that's hiding the convertible top underneath. And now all our upper surfaces are done. Time to scoot around and do the rest.
Ivan, I love hearing from people. We respond to all of our YouTube comments. We have a DIY Detail Facebook group. We'll put a link to that in the description below.
Yeah.
If you're not a member, ask to join. We love having you there, and we can have these conversations about detailing. Anyway, feedback that I get on the stack has been overwhelmingly positive.
Yes.
Anybody who has the stack on their vehicle loves it.
Yeah, it is well worth the little extra effort to do. Now, Nick, I started with the front bumper and the little red piece.
I'm here.
No,
Oh,
front
front
bumper.
bumper.
A little red piece in front of it, and then working our way around.
Did you get anything else on the bumper?
No, just the top edge of the metal, and then the down there, yeah, and then all the way back.
Now, is this an opportunity, Ivan? If you messed up one of the applications and you missed a spot, to make sure you get everywhere?
Yeah,
That's the way I view it, is like, I view it as the 2 layers, even though I know it's not layers. As like, if I just forgot to, like, I don't know, coat one section of a bumper the first time, I'll surely catch it on the second go around. We don't teach missing things. We don't teach incomplete jobs here. So what are the ins and outs of doing the stack well, doing the stack poorly? What can I get away with that I might otherwise not?
As you're applying the 3-year coating, you have to be looking out for high spots. Because if there was a high spot left in the 8 or 5-year coating, 5-year in this case, but you could also do this with the 8. If there was a high spot left there, you're locking it in permanently at this point. So we want to be extra vigilant. So as I'm applying, I'm looking, I'm observing, I'm looking for high spots. Because if there are any, I'll be locking them in permanently. Not permanently, it can always be fixed, but I don't want to do that extra labor. So boxing in the edge, and then nice, gentle, easy circular motions. Making sure to get everywhere. This is a joy for the senses of applying, but also for the eyes.
It's all of the above.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. I've been applying coatings for over 20 years. And it's just very hard to describe what the stack is until you actually feel it. Now again, with our instant bond technology, Nick could literally be leveling right behind my applicator. Not a necessity, not something you actually should do, but for a mobile detailer out in the field, it's a hot, muggy day, you may need to do that. And you can with these coatings.
And you know that you're actually delivering results. You're not doing a shortcut. You're not cheating your customer, right?
Yeah, and that's even with the stack. I know we have a lot of BMW fans out there. What's your favorite series of the BMW? Do you prefer these older rides or the newer modern ones? Let us know down in the comments.
If you left a high spot with your first coating, like the 5-year, will the 3-year reactivate it somehow and potentially knock it down?
No.
No.
That's why I'm looking for high spots as I'm going along.
Got it.
With our V1 coatings, it was a possibility. With the V2 coatings, with the instant bond, no. Now, another thing we have to take into consideration, Nick, we used C6 app for the prep,
Okay.
meaning less chance of high spots,
Got it.
and we've made the new coatings easier to apply and easier to level. That's why we're getting less high spots.
Yeah, so how do we make them easier to apply and level and not compromise on quality of it?
Technology, a lot of it, and a lot of research and development.
How many different coatings did we try in this V2? I know you were always being like, well, I'm testing a new coating today.
Yeah.
You're installing coatings in Quebec and on the road, and I remember every time I talked to you, it was like you were trying a new version.
Right. And yeah, there's a multitude of coatings. I lost count. But it's not something that gets developed overnight. And it's just something we have to take our time. And we released our V1 coatings 2.5 years ago. We started the R&D on these coatings 3 years ago.
And that's something I've learned from you is like you just constantly improving. I mean, that's
Right.
That's like it's not that we can't appreciate what we've done, but we can also appreciate that it never ends, and that's a good thing. We enjoy the never-ending journey. You know, that you could say the journey is the destination. That's kind of how I feel with this business and our products. Is like the goal is to constantly be improving.
Last step when it comes to coating is the windows. It's highly unlikely this vehicle will see rain, so we don't need a specific glass coating here. So there you go, Nick. You can level these two windows. I'll go to the other side. Then we'll finish with the windshield. So no more coating on my applicator. The goal here is to get all the coating out of my applicator. I don't want to leave any behind just for fun. So on the glass, I can actually apply pressure.
Something you never do any other time.
No, exactly.
On paint or vehicles.
No. But on the windows, eke out every little last drop from your applicator. Those 8 to 10 drops we put at the beginning to prime it, I'm getting them back now. Nick, if they liked the application of the stack on this vehicle, is there another vehicle that they might like as well?
Oh, absolutely. I think they can find that right here.